Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike Croson here, and today we're doing a throw mechanics breakdown on Lanorris Sellers, the quarterback from South Carolina, one of the top prospects going into this season. Shout out to Scott Williams for the recommendation on this. We'll be also doing Arch Manning as well pretty soon here. But getting into Lanorris Sellers here, we're going to take a look from the side. And just to give a little bit of a background from the season, I mean, he definitely is more of a rusher than he is a passer in comparison to what a lot of the times that we see with like quarterbacks, right? I don't want to take away from his throwing ability, but he definitely adds that dynamic part of being able to run the ball. Against Clemson, he rushed for 166 yards, for instance. So that's not a typical quarterback type of this is last season type of a stat line. But when you look at his passing, he had 2,500 yards passing, 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Compare that to Jackson Dart, 4,200 yards passing. So 2,500 compared to 4,200. Jackson Dart also had 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And so definitely some things that Lanorris Sellers can build off of. And that's just like a comparison to somebody that is competing at a very high level. Looking at Lanorris Sellers here, big thing that stands out, obviously big guy, 6'3", 240 pounds. And what he does a good job, though, is he does a great job playing with like that great knee bend. And so we can see here, he just kind of gets the ball or the foot down, right? He's staying low, gets the foot down, and is very quick with the release. So we can see the ball's leaving his hand, 0.6. Very quick with the load, right? So by the time he's getting to this position, he's already getting that elbow through. I think that's a crucial thing to be able to see in quarterbacks, is that as they're coming up here, already getting that elbow forward, he shifts a lot of his weight to the front leg very early on and releases the ball 0.90. So a 0.3 release time puts him right up there with all the top quarterbacks. And I mean, again, when you watch the video, it's a lot of, or when you watch his film, it's a lot of throws on the run or scrambles, you know, extending the play. It's almost hard to find throws like this where he's just sitting in the pocket and just delivering a ball. He kind of gets the ball right up to his ear, kind of like a Dan Marino type of throw. The big thing that I would say is, instead of getting like that full lean of his body as he's pushing off, this is obviously one where he's not trying to put as much power on it, but he could definitely get more rotation, more torque out of that front hip and into that front shoulder to make it so then he would be able to have more power within the throw. Would be, you know, one of the things that stands out to me. This is a great job. What he does a really good job of is being able to throw under pressure, and he does a great job with being able to kind of understand and handle all the different chaos that's happening around him, especially with the team last year didn't have like the greatest offensive line. But here we can see big play opportunity. Left tackle doesn't do a great job of sealing off his defender, and Lanorris just does a really good job still stepping up in the pocket, knowing that pressure is going to be there, and still being able to throw a great throw. And you see a lot of that type of stuff with him, and that's why he's such an intriguing prospect, because he does a lot of these things very, very well. Here we can see another throw where he just is able to kind of step up, feel the pressure. This ended up being a long developing play. Had plenty of time to be able to throw. They only rushed 3, but did a great job of being able to put the ball in really only where his receiver could get it, and did a good job of being able to put it on the line. This is like a probably 50-yard throw on a line here. He's throwing from about the 45, and he's catching it about 5 yards into the end zone. So really, really strong arm is what that shows. And that wasn't really high up in the air. It was kind of on the line. Obviously, you can't throw it like a 100% dart. Well, I guess Josh Allen can throw 50-yard darts. But that was another thing about him, too, that was great, was he did such a great job against top teams. You know, he did really well against Clemson. He did really well against Alabama. He did really well against LSU. He kind of struggled a bit against Ole Miss, but you know, a lot of these teams he did really good with. Notice here, a little bit further throw, really good job of initiating this throw with full rotation in the lower half. Notice how he has so much of that lower half facing straight ahead, and while he's turning within that upper body, he still has that ball kind of right behind the shoulder. That's going to put a lot of stretch within the shoulder and give him a lot of opportunity to generate power through the arm, which he obviously has a ton of power in the arm. And I think that that's something that all the quarterbacks that are watching this should understand, is you got to have great rotation in the shoulder in order to throw the ball well. I like this play a lot as well, just because there's a lot going on within this play. He's got motion beforehand, right? This is against Oklahoma, obviously a top team, and they're doing very, very well again. So they got motion. He's got to fake the inside zone. He's got option to kind of fake as well. and then step back, clear out the safety, and put this only where his guy can get it again. It's a kind of underrated part of being able to play quarterback. It's not only being able to throw the ball really well and do the handoffs, but also being able to understand how to navigate the pocket to make it so you can do the necessary fakes and, just put yourself in a position and your team in a position to be able to execute on the plays. And I think he does a really good job of doing that. And that's why he's one of the top prospects and was somebody that I think a lot of teams were going after this year to make it so he could transfer from South Carolina, but he stayed. So there's obviously a lot of big things that they have going on in South Carolina. He's excited for the season, and I'm excited to watch him play, see how he does. So if you guys like the information, though, click that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations, you can leave those down below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.